Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. No importa la hora que sea, siempre es un gran momento para aprender español con Profesor Pablo. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to our latest lesson, and it is and or. You've heard people say in English, no ands, ors, or buts. Well, we're going to study and we're going to study or today. We know how to say and, it's E, but do you all know that A by itself can also mean and? So E and A are the two ways of saying and. Most of you know how to say or, it's O. But did you know that you can say or with the letter U, oo, as well? It is a word, oo. O, oo are the two ways of saying or. So let's take a look and see what we have. Use A for and in front of a word that begins with an I, HI, or Y, but not in front of yo. If you want to say en mi y yo, mamá y yo, mom and I, mamá y yo, okay? Y yo, what about me? Y yo, you can use the E in front of yo, but any other word that begins with a Y, you're not allowed to do that. So let's see what we have here. We have some examples. Cowboys and Indians. Notice Indio starts with an I, so we can't use the Y. So it's vaqueros e indios. Let's look at our second example. Eat and go home. Comer e ir a casa. If you had an E there, it'd be comer ir a casa. It would run together too much. It doesn't work. So in Spanish, we get rid of the Y when the next word begins with an I, HI, or Y. I don't have an example of an HI word here, but imagine someone is writing a doctoral thesis and it's entitled Water and Hydration. In Spanish would be agua e hidratación. A. So words that begin with HI, there are very few. You have to use A for and in front of them as well. Let's look at our third example. Pakistan and India. Pakistan e India. Fabric and thread. Tela e hilo. Now let's reverse it. Let's go backwards. Let's say Indians and cowboys. Indios y vaqueros. Go home and eat. Ir a casa y comer. India and Pakistan. India y Pakistan. Thread and fabric. Hilo y tela. It's a very simple lesson. There are two ways of saying and, E and A. The only time you use A for and is when the next word, or the word after and, starts with I or HI or the letter Y, but not, you don't use it in front of yo. Y yo, mama y yo, mom and I. Let's take a look at or. There are two ways of saying or. There's O and U. Let's see how it works. Use U in front of a word beginning with O or HO. Let's look at our examples. Ladies or men. Mujeres u hombres. We can't use the O. It would be mujeres o hombres. It just doesn't work. Mujeres u hombres. And when you say the U, it's not too common, but you're going to hear it now that you're aware of it. Stress it. Have fun with it. Mujeres u hombres. Silver or gold. Plata u oro. ¿Qué quieres? What do you want? Plata u oro. Silver or gold. Maria or Hortensia. Hortensia is also not just a name, but the hydrangea flower. Here we go. Maria u Hortensia. Maria u Hortensia. Mary or Hortensia. Our last one, Ray-Bans or Oakleys for your sunglasses. Ray-Bans u Oakleys. Okay, now let's reverse it like we did with E and A. Let's reverse it. Let's go men or women. It would be hombres o mujeres. Gold or silver, oro o plata. Remember, the O changes to U when the next word begins with the O or the HO. Hortensia or Maria, Hortensia o Maria. Oakleys or Ray-Bans, it's okay. Oakleys o Ray-Bans, está bien. So it's a short lesson, but it's important. Again, these are the fine points of the Spanish language that if you're going to be fluent, you're going to hear it, and now you're going to start to recognize it. We're teaching you the tips, the tricks, and the tools. You don't want to be fooled, so learn the tools. Okay, here we go. Let's review one more time. Two ways of saying and, E and A. Almost always we're going to use E for and rather, except when the word after and begins with I, HI, and Y, with the exception of yo. Our examples, vaqueros e indios, comer e ir a casa, Pakistan e India, tela e hilo. All right? O and U are the two ways of saying or. Most of the time it's going to be O, no doubt. But if your word after the or is going to start with an O or an HO, you have to get rid of the O and place U in front of that particular word. Examples, women or men. Mujeres u hombres. Silver or gold. Plata u oro. Maria or Hortensia. Maria u Hortensia. Ray-Bans or Oakleys. Ray-Bans u Oakleys. All right, that's it. Two ways of saying and, E and A. Now you know that we use E almost all the time, but there are instances where you use A when the next word begins with the E sound, whether it's an I, HI, or a Y. And remember, we don't use it in front of yo. Mama y yo, mom and I. Two ways of saying or, O and U. And when do you use the U instead of O? When the next word starts with the letter O or HO. Okay? That's it. It's a short lesson, and or. So now you know what's going on. Hey, go to profesorpablo.com. Please check out my ebook. Over 500 pages. It has everything in it that you'd ever want to know about Spanish. Vocabulary lists, communicative Spanish, survival Spanish, useful expressions, accent mark system, a verb dictionary with over 1,000 verbs listed alphabetically with the stem changes and all the strange things that happen to a verb indicated as well. Dialogs, topics, all sorts of stuff in there. At least go to profesorpablo.com. Check it out if you're interested. You can use the promo code Pablo50, Pablo50 when you check out, and you get it for $15. $15. You'll be glad you did. Okay, that's it for now. Until our next lesson, you guys have a great day. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Hasta pronto, mis amigos. Hasta luego.